Okay, it is just about that time. Everything's already recording. I think my audio is good. I think framing is good. So I'll go ahead and do the typical announcements that I usually do at the beginning. And if and when more people come in, I'll do the announcements again, and we'll just kind of go into a casual stretch. So, this is Johnny from Roller Derby Athletics coming to you from my home into yours, or wherever you're working out. We are doing some workouts that are obviously very easy to do in a small amount of space with no equipment, nothing but body weight. So, it should be pretty simple for you to do wherever you're at. Before we get started, oh goodness, before we get started, as I usually ask, if you if you don't want to be seen, please hide yourself. Otherwise, if you don't mind, because this will be recorded and put onto YouTube, if you don't mind being seen, you can leave yourself up, or you can cover yourself up with your name. I'm pinning myself to the screen so that everyone can see me, so I should already be pinned. And please mute yourself as we're working out so that we can hear my instructions. Other than that, I'm going to back up here. So today, like most days, we're going to work different muscle groups, different parts of the body, make it a pretty well-rounded workout today. It's going to be about 50 to 60 minutes long, so plenty of stuff. We're going to cram a lot in, but primarily we're going to focus on an upper body starter. Then we're going to go into a little bit of HIIT, which I'll talk about more specifically what that program is from. And then we'll do some core with a little bit more upper body mixed in there, because it'll basically be two core sections. And here we go. More people are joining. All right. I'll wait for this person to come in. Perfect. So again, for people who are just not coming in, welcome. It's Johnny yet again from Roller Derby Athletics. You know the drill. Hide yourself if you don't want to be seen in the YouTube video, because it's being recorded and will be uploaded to YouTube. And please mute yourself. Other than that, we're going to go right into our stretch before we get started. I'm a little cold in here, but I'm probably going to build up a sweat pretty quickly. So let's get warmed up. So as usual, and I'm going to try and keep myself as best in frame as possible. But as usual, I like to start from the top and go to the bottom in terms of stretching. So let's kind of loosen up our neck a little bit. So we're going to go just side to side. I like to do this for about 10 to 12 reps, or really until you feel like the tension has kind of waned. So you just want to make sure you're stretching it side to side. I'll do a couple more here. And then also get the up and down. So looking up and looking down, because definitely in the back of our necks, going down into our upper back is where we carry a lot of that tension. So this is the active stretch. We always want to begin with a dynamic or active stretch. And usually after workout or after any kind of activity is when you want to do more of a static stretch. And so there is a static version of that head and neck stretch. So once we've done about 10 to 12 reps of the up and down and the side to side, we'll move on to our shoulders. So we got a typical shoulder roll. Let's do 10 reps rolling back. So nothing too crazy. We're just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Really squeeze those shoulder blades back as you do that. Now we're going to roll forward for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And here's a different one that we haven't done in a while, but it's also good to loosen up that upper body and that back. Just some self hugs. So we're going to do that for 10. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Quick little torso twist. Let's do that for 10 reps as well. 10 is the magic number for some of these. All it is just loosening up the back. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's all it is. You're just kind of twisting around. Now we're going to get those hips. This is where we get a little tight. So let's loosen those up with some hip openers. If you need to stand next to something for some support and balance, that's okay. It's going to go like this. We're going to do 8. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And before we go to the other leg, let's do hip closers too, so that we're loosening up the area of the glutes that goes down into our thigh. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Cool, cool, cool. Let's move on to the other leg. Here we go. Going for opens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now we're going to close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now something to kind of, loosen up the quads, loosen up the hammies a little bit, just kind of loosen up your whole lower body. This is some butt kicks. Sometimes I do these, sometimes I don't. But today, it's a good day. We might as well. So let's do 12 of those total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. That way we get a nice even 6 on each leg as we alternate. So I'm just checking in on you. Everyone looks good. Awesome. Okay. So let's dive right into it. Like I said, we're going to start with some upper body work. This will be our starter. So this is a little mixture I put together. We're going to do 4 rounds of this actually, which you're probably thinking, wow, that's a little bit more than a starter, but it's only going to be 4 movements. 4 movements, 4 rounds. We get a break, a minute break in between. So I'm gonna list what it is. We've got bear crawls, push-ups, lizard planks, and tricep push-ups. Now some of these we've done before, some of them not. So I won't leave you hanging. I'll make sure everybody knows what we're doing. Just one thing there. Okay, perfect. All right. So with our bear crawls, and I'm gonna introduce each movement before we do them for the first time through, and it'll be more fluid. So for the bear crawls, you might have done these before. It's pretty simple. It's exactly what it sounds like. This is going to be timed for 30 seconds. So if you have very little space like I do, that's okay. You're going to be on the floor, and you're going to be on your hands and toes, and basically you're crawling forward and then crawling backwards, basically for as much space as you have. Now, if you have a lot of space, take about maybe 5 to 10 steps forward and then 5 to 10 steps back. You don't want to go too far, but you do want to make sure that you're going forward and back. So I'm going to time this for 30 seconds. Just kind of hang in there with me. I'll let you know when the time is up. The important thing in this form is that we're keeping our booty down, right? We don't want to pike up. You don't want to arch your back too much. You want to keep a nice flat back and engage glutes. So let's go ahead, get on our toes and hands, and begin. So I'm walking forward, and now I'm walking back already. Small space, doesn't matter. I'll walk towards you a little bit. Looks a little funny, but that's okay. I'm bracing everything as I'm crawling forward and back. I'm squeezing those glutes. I'm kind of keeping my pelvis tucked under me and keeping those abs braced. And again, keeping that back flat. And we've already got 3, 2, 1, and stop. Perfect. All right, like I said, it's getting warm in here already, so off with the hoodie. Okay, now we're going to go into regular old push-ups. We've done these before. You've done push-ups before. We're going to do 12 of them. For anybody who is not familiar with the correct form or hasn't done these with me before, I'm going to remind you, you can do these on your toes or on your knees. And the important thing is that you're leading with your chest and keeping your back flat like you're bored, right? So I'll give you somewhat of a side view. My arms are going to be, or my hands rather, are going to be slightly outside my shoulder width. Let me back up a little bit so you can see more of me here. So slightly outside my shoulder width. My elbows will be kind of pointing at somewhat of a 45-degree angle outwards. And it's going to look like this, right? So it's a bit wide. So I might start with my toes on this one, and I might go into knee format later. That's totally okay. So let's get ready. Toes or knees, whatever you want to be on. Lead with that chest. Don't lead with the hips. Let's go for 12. Starting now. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right. Come to your knees. Quick enough as that. Getting a lot done in a short amount of time. Good job. Looking at you all, seeing you all do it. That's great. Okay, now we've got lizard planks. Now, lizard plank, we're going to time this because it's kind of a compound movement. So you're in a plank position. We're on our hands and our toes trying to create a flat plank with our body. And the way it's going to go is you're bringing your knee to your elbow and then knee to the side. So knee to the elbow and knee to the side. And you're alternating sides like that, like I just did there. So you'll do left side, knee, knee, right side, knee, knee, and repeat. So we'll do that for 30 seconds. I won't leave you hanging. All right, let's get in that position. And if you do need to come down to your knees, that's okay. Just focus on keeping a flat back, nice braced core. All right, so here we go, starting now. So knee and knee, knee and knee. Knee to the elbow, knee out to the side, knee to the elbow, knee out to the side. That's a lot to keep repeating, but I think you got it. You don't need me to keep saying that. So just stick with me. Do as best you can. And the nice thing about timed exercises is that you're just giving as much as you can. And we're already down to 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and done. All right, nice job. Take a deep breath. We're already down to our last, our fourth movement rather, for this first rotation through. So it's going to be 12 push-ups again, but 12 tricep push-ups this time. So I like doing tricep push-ups on my knees. You can do them on your toes or your knees, whatever you feel stronger in. So with this, obviously to activate the triceps, our grip, our hands are going to be a little bit more narrow. So instead of outside the shoulders, hands are going to go right under the shoulders. But the same idea is there, that you are leading with the chest, keeping your back flat like a plank. You're engaging your core and your glutes. All right, so let's do 12 of these. Just watch and follow. You all got it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, halfway, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and last one, 12 and up. All right, let's take that minute-long break. I'm timing it for you so that you don't have to worry about how long it's been. Now, after we do something like that, where we're really working the triceps, kind of bracing the muscles in the back and the core, I like to take it into a child's pose stretch. You can do that if you want to while we're resting, or whatever feels good for you. So let's go ahead, really lengthen out those arms, let that head drop. This is also a stretch I like to do at the end of the entire workout. It's a pretty good catch-all. So keep that in mind. Let's take a few more seconds, about 20 more seconds. All right, slowly get back to our form here. Okay, break time is up. Now we're going to go back to our bear crawls for 30 seconds. So wherever you want to go, long distance, short distance, you know what to do now. We're timing it. I'm timing it for you. Let's get ready. I'll back up a little bit so you can see more of me. And let's begin. So crawling, keeping the glutes tight, keeping them tucked down. That means the pelvis is also tucked in. You're kind of scooping the abs a little bit. Keep them braced. You're just crawling, just pretending to be a bear, as goofy as that sounds. But we're almost there. You know what? Because we are already down to 8 seconds. Keep that head up. Try not to look down too much. Look up. I'm saying that to correct myself too. Done. All right. We got push-ups regular with push-ups now. So I'm going to do the regular push-ups on my knees this time, just so you can see. Let's do 12 of them. Get in that position and begin. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, and release and relax. Good job. Woo! My lower back does get tight after these movements. Don't worry, we'll stretch it all out. Okay, lizard planks next. This is timed. We've got the 30 seconds. Get back in your position. Hands are on the floor, toes are on the floor. Let's get ready and begin. So knee, 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 and knee. Keep everything nice and braced. Squeeze the sides when you bring that knee out to the side. Really feel those abs engaging. The whole core is working though. Ooh, even the arms a little bit. We're almost there. We got less than 10 seconds. Stay with it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Good job. All right. Down to movement number 4 before we get another break. Okay, tricep push-ups now. I'm going to try and do these on my toes. Switch it up if you want to, or don't, whatever works best for you. When we come out a little bit, remember we got 12 of these. Hands under the shoulders. Let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, goodness, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Let's take a break. I see you all. Good job. Those are a little tricky, but like I said, focusing on some upper body for starters. We are definitely doing it. Whew. Putting a lot of good hard work into these 4 movements and then getting a good break in between. It's a nice little balance. So just continue to breathe as we go. I know it's kind of hard for me to see what everybody is doing while I'm instructing, but if you need, if you have questions or need like adjustments to certain movements, I will try my best to address that, because I know sometimes, especially with upper body, especially in like plank type of positions, there can be stress on people's neck, shoulders, back, and all that. So I'll try and give you as best, regressions or adjustments as I can. But the idea is that, you try a little bit and hang in there as best you can. All right, so let's go back to the top. This is going to be round number 3, bear crawls. Let's get ready and begin. So we're crawling. Whew. You want to make this interesting. You can kind of treat it like a relay maybe. Well, even if you are by yourself, I guess. Maybe you're crawling towards something, imagining I'm grabbing something and I'm bringing it back to this spot. I don't know. There are different ways to switch this up. Or again, if you don't have anything, as simple as this is good. And done. Perfect. Whew. All right. Regular push-ups, 12 reps. Whew, I'm getting tired already. I'm on my knees for this one. Let's get ready and let's go. 1, 2, let you see the side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, good job, good job. Whew. Trying to remind myself to keep a nice flat back in addition to the rest of you all. Sometimes I need a form check too. Okay, so now we're going back to our timed movement. We got those lizard planks. Hands and toes, 30 seconds. Let's kick it. Boom, boom. Are you squeezing? Are you tucking everything in nice and tight? This requires a little bit more focus like most plank movements do, but that's okay. Try to find your happy spot, your happy place. Just keep in mind that we're not doing this for too long, because right now we've only got 10 more seconds left. And now 5 more seconds left. Just do your best. And done. All right. Tricep push-ups again. Whew. Shake those arms out a little bit before we go into them. I'm definitely feeling that work, so you probably should be too. All right. We're going to do this for 12. Hands are right in under the shoulders. I'm on my knees this time. Hopefully you can see most of what I've got going on here. Let's go ahead and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, stay strong, 12, and release. All right, break time again, 1 minute break, and then one last time through those 4 movements. Get water if you need to. I always say wipe the sweat off if you need to, but definitely shake out those arms. That's where we're feeling it the most now. Give them a nice stretch. So again, I'll try and do a nice static stretch towards the end for the arms, for all the upper body. But typically, any kind of lengthening movement that you can do is going to be beneficial. All right, so we're halfway through with our break. About 30 more seconds. Another thing I wanted to say while we're taking a rest here is, you know, you want to keep a nice 1-2 kind of count pace for a lot of the things that we do. If you find that yourself going a little bit slower than how I move, or just slower in general, maybe you need to cut the reps in half, that's fine. Again, do as much as you can. Adjustments are totally fine. Just, you know, feel the muscles engaging. And with that said, here's our last round. We're back at the top. Let's get in position for those bear crawls. Make this whole last cycle through your best. Okay, get ready for it and begin. We're crawling towards the camera, a little creepy. Crawling away. I have a little bit more distance this way, but I can also check my form. Really trying to keep that booty down and engage the glutes. A lot of the movements that we're doing here are similar to what we say in Derby, which is if you think you're low, you may not be low enough. So always keep those glutes engaged, booty down. And done. Perfect. All right, good job. Regular push-ups. If you haven't tried on your toes yet, go ahead. If you need to go down to your knees, go ahead. Switch it up. We got 12 of these regular style push-ups. I'm going to try and push through on my toes. Let's get ready and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Feel that burn. Oh my goodness. Shake those arms. Whew. 2 more movements in this first section. All right. Look at that. We're doing great. Okay. We got lizard planks. Get in that position. Hands under the shoulders. 30 seconds on the clock. And begin. Knee and knee. Knee and knee. Squeeze as much as you can. Really think that your body is flat like a board. Really think that those hips are squared up when you're not moving the knee out. Just focus. Really feel everything working in harmony. Woo! Got less than 10 seconds left. Stay in there. Hang with me there. 3, 2, 1, and done. Good. Shake it out. One more movement in this section. All right. 12 tricep push-ups. Let's get ready for it. Get back to the floor. Elbows are close to the body. Elbows are pointing behind you. Hands are directly under the shoulders. Let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, halfway. 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more. 11, 12. Go ahead, stretch it out. You can take a little bit more time now because that was our last round. Good job. Another thing I wanted to say, I've been talking a lot about regressions, adjustments, all that. If anything isn't challenging enough for you, you know, if you're like, I want to go the extra mile, you can always make these types of movements more challenging. I always try and address that when I can. If you happen to have weights or plates with you, you can always add that in. That'll make the resistance work a little bit more difficult. But we will talk about that as we go. So just do what's challenging for you. Now's the time to get some water. Grab a towel if you need to. Get that sweat. Stretch. And remember to breathe, most importantly. Okay, so we have our first upper body section done. Now our second section here, oh boy, it's going to be some HIIT. We're going high intensity here. We're going to get that heart rate up. So the fun thing about this is, with this being the holidays right now, this is our holiday-inspired HIIT exercise. It's originally called the Candy Cane Crush. So, is it cheesy? Is it fun? Yes. Yes to all. So what this is going to be made up of, we're going to go a little bit more intense than usual. Typically, this is about 3 to 4 rounds. We're going to do all 4. I'm right there with you. 4 rounds of the following movements. It's going to be skater jumps, burpees, power push-ups, and lunge jumps. So just 4 movements, 4 rounds. And the nice thing is, these are going to be timed. You have timed exercises and then timed breaks in between. So it's going to be 20 on, 10 off. So let me get that clock started for 20 seconds. So I'm going to demonstrate really quick the skater jumps. This is what you might call skiers or just skaters by themselves. But for how we teach them, it's that lateral kind of hop, right? Now I'm going to encourage you to balance on one foot when you land, but if you need to put one foot down, then that's fine. If you're working on your stability, that's fine. And again, if you don't have very much space, much like I don't, little hops are fine. But if you have the space, I'm going to challenge you to go as far laterally as you can, okay? So this first round, of course, is going to be a little bit slower, but as we get through it, it'll be fine. So let's go ahead. Those skater jumps for 20 seconds. Do your best, starting now. I'm going out of frame a little bit. That's okay. Work on that stability. Keep your torso kind of flat. So I'll show you the side here. I'm in good derby stance, but I'm keeping my chest up and my head is always up. 3, 2, 1, and done. All right, we got a little break. We got burpees next. So when you do your burpees, I want you to focus on a load up, pop up, and then go into a full push-up. All right? Whew. If you need to come down on your knees for that push-up, that's okay. Let's get ready. Starting now. So load up, pop up, come down, push up, and repeat. Again, I have a small amount of space, so I'm trying to not jump too hard. Land lightly. Absorb that shock. Just do the best you can. 3, 2, 1, and break. Little 10 seconds or so here. Power push-ups. Now, really quick, our little break is going to be a little bit longer than this because if you haven't done these with me before, I want to show you really quick. A power push-up, again, can be on your knees or your toes, but you're going to do a regular push-up and then jack your legs 1, 2, 3 in between, and then repeat. So that's what we have up next. So let's go ahead and come to the floor, toes or knees, whatever you prefer. Whew, get ready and begin. Pushing up, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna try and put myself in frame. Pushing up, 1, 2, 3. Squeeze those glutes. Whew. Keep your body flat like a plank still. 3 seconds. And done. All right, little break again. Our 4th movement here, our lunge jumps. So this is what you might consider a split squat. We call them different things. People call them different things. I'll give you a little side view. This is that movement where, whoop, I'm not standing on anything back there. We're going like this and switching our stance. So I have a bad knee. I'm going to go a little bit more slow. I'm going to encourage you to go as quickly and efficiently as you can. Biggest thing I want you to keep in mind, keep that stride, keep that length between your legs nice and wide, because you don't want your knee to go over your toe. You want it to be like this, 90-degree angles, okay? All right, we got this. Again, if you need to slow it down like I'm going to do, treat it like a backward stepping lunge. All right, 20 seconds on the clock. Let's begin. Whew. Try not to let those knees cave into each other. Hips are squared up. It's a postural exercise, not just an endurance exercise. 5 seconds. And done. All right, good job. All right. Whew. So the nice thing is we get a 1-minute break at the end of those 4 movements at the end of each round. So surprise, Longer break this time before we go back to the start. Whew. Take some deep breaths, especially since we've been hurrying through everything. Take that time right now to relax. All right. Woo, just breathe, just breathe. Get water if you need to. Get those legs nice and stretched out. If you feel yourself cramping up, stretch it all out, get nice and loose. We got 20 more seconds before we go back to it. Remember, we're going to start with those skater jumps. So we're working on that lateral mobility, all right? Let's get back to our feet. We're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Really focus on catching yourself on that balancing foot with the whole foot flat on the ground. You're engaging your glutes as you move to kind of help absorb that shock. This is just like skating. All right, and done. All right, 10-second break. We got those burpees next. Let's begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and begin. All right, I'm loading up. Pop up and push. Woo. Even though this is a fast movement, I want you to focus on form. Quality over speed. Quality over quantity. Quantity and speed is good, but your posture is more important. All right, so keep it going. We're already done. That's the timer. Take a 10-second break. See, we're just breezing through it. That's good. Woo, all right. Power push-ups. Here we go. Let's get back to the floor. I'm going to be on my knees for this one. Let's start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, I'm pushing up on my feet. 1, 2, 3. Push up. 1, 2, 3. Keep those abs braced. Keep that back, glutes, all of it braced. Whew. 3 seconds. And done. All right, 10-second break. Now that means we got those lunge jumps starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and kick it. This is helpful for me to watch your all's form and watch my own form because we can always improve. So see how, as I step back, I get a little wobbly. Make sure you correct that. Don't let the knees come in, but stay strong. 3, 2, 1, and done. 1 minute break now. We're powering through. Now, if you feel a little woozy, if you feel like you need extra time, you're like absolutely like, no, I need the extra rest. Listen to your body. We do want to push ourselves with this HIIT workout because that's the whole point. But if you're like way past that and you're like I'm working at 150%, then, give yourself a longer break. For anybody who has to go early, thank you for joining me. Everyone else who's staying, we got 20 more seconds in our break before we go back to it. Woo. All right, so let's come to our feet. Skater jumps. That lateral movement starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Side to side. Feel that balance. So how is this practical? How do we apply this in derby? Obviously, it's similar to our stride, but kind of imagine you're moving laterally on the track, trying to cover the space, trying to cover the hole, get to your friends. This is practical. All right, and done. Just like that. 10 seconds off. Walk it out. Kick the legs a little bit if you need to. We got burpees next. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Loading up, pop up, catch, and push. I'll try and keep myself more in frame when I come to the floor. Woo, just do your best. Here we go. Woo. If you need to slow it down, that's okay. If you got wonky knees like me, that's okay. Do what you can. All right, little 10-second break since we're doing some floor work. Let me adjust the camera just a tad. I'm gonna get it. All right, next up. Woo, we got those power push-ups. All right, I'm way back here so you can see me. Let's begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, push up. 1, 2, 3. Don't let your booty come up like mine just did. 1, 2, 3. Just do your best. We got 10 seconds left. 1, 2, 3. Down and 1, 2, 3. Give me one more push-up and done. All right, 10-second rest. You know what we got next. We got lunge jumps. Woo, boy. All right, let's get to our feet. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick it. Here and here. So see what I'm saying? When I'm slowing it down, it's kind of like a back-stepping lunge. That's okay too. They're very similar movements. Just focus on not letting those knees collapse in. 3, 2, 1, and done. 1 minute break, and one more time through. Deep breaths. We've already done so much. Feels like in a quick amount of time. Maybe not for you, but maybe so. But the important thing is that you are getting it done. Whew. So hopefully after this you have the time to relax a little bit. It's definitely important. Recovery is just as important as the actual workout itself. So of course, make sure you're hydrating. Make sure that you're stretching. We're going to stretch at the end of this, but make sure you do stretching as you need it throughout the day. And hydrating is going to help with that stretching. And just make sure, you have some time to relax. Physically and mentally. It all connects. All right. Enough of that talk from me. Let's go back to the top. We got those skater jumps for our last time, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and kick it. Side to side. Now for this, hopefully you're trying to blast off in the opposite direction than you're used to. It's good to kind of switch up the direction that you push off with, or that the direction you go to first. So if you're like right side dominant like I am, I like to push off with my right leg first. Try to switch it up. And done. 10 seconds of break. All right. Let's get ready for those burpees in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and begin. Load up, pop up, catch yourself, and push up. Whew. There we go, and push. So I'm also going a little bit slow on these, not just because my knees, but because in a small space, you may not be able to rack around a whole lot, and that's okay. Now, if you do have the space, push yourself to go as quickly as you can. All right, now we got those super push-ups. Get ready for it in 3, 2, 1, begin. All right, I'm on my toes for this one. We're gonna try it out. 1, 2, 3. Push up. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna back up a little bit. We got 10 seconds left. Push. 1, 2, 3. Core tight. 1, 2, 3, and breathe. 1, 2, 3, and done. All right. Woo, a 10-second break. Lunge jumps. Come to your feet. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we are. And switch. Blast off. Good posture. So I'm going to try and face the camera here so we can watch my hips. I'm staying squared up. Not letting those knees cave in. I'm also not letting them go out, right? So think about that. If you do catch yourself doing that, it's okay. Correct it. And done. Woo, that's everything for our hip portion, for that candy cane crush. Get some water. All right. Take a little break, and while you're resting, I'll talk at you a little bit more, and I'll kind of talk about what we have coming up next. So like I said, we're going to ease into our core section. So it's going to be what I'm going to call core section number 1, upper body break, and then core section number 2. Now, we should have enough time for all this. We've been packing in a lot of good stuff in a good amount of time. But if we need to shorten one, we will. But here's the idea.
The first core section we're going to go through 3 times. 4 movements, 3 rounds. Upper body break will be 2 movements, 3 rounds. And then the last core section, 3 movements, 3 rounds, ideally. I know, a lot of numbers, a lot of this and that. Don't worry, I won't leave you hanging. I'm here to remind you what we're doing as we go. So, for our core section number 1, and let me fix the camera again because we are just going to be on the floor for the majority of this. Okay, so we're here now. We're going to do plank elbows to hands. We're going to do, can't even read my own handwriting, penguins, so working the obliques a little bit. Then we have side lifts, still working the sides. And then we have ab leg lifts. So that's all on the floor. All right, so this first round, treating it the same way I have with the others. I'll demonstrate the movement, we do it. I'll demonstrate the next movement, and then we do it. Now these are all going to be reps. So I'm not going to time any of them. So that means just kind of take it at your own pace. All right, so the plank elbows to hands, as it says, we're going to be in a plank position. We're going to do 10 reps of this. So I've in the past called these up, up, down, down, so you might know them by that name. You're going to start in the plank position, elbows right under the shoulders, hands flat, and then from here you go up, up, down, down, and that's 1 rep, right? So it's slow, it's controlled, and again, you're keeping that back flat, the glutes tight. You don't want to pike up. You don't want to let the hips hang too low. Keep it flat like you're balancing a bowl of cereal on your back. That helps me stay flat. So let's do that first. We're going to do 10 of those reps. Just follow along as best you can. All right. Elbows are under my shoulders. Let's begin. That's 1. Try and switch up the side that comes up and down. That's 2. That's 3. See, I'm going right, left, that's 4. Left, right, that's 5. Whew. 6, 7, 8, squeeze it all, 9, up, down, that's 10. All right, good job on that first movement. Now we got penguins. So this, you're on your back this time, and basically, I'll kind of give you somewhat of an angle so you can see. Here's my other hand. We're just reaching towards the heel, right? So with this, it's going to be 10 on each side or 20 total. I'm going to count just to 20. So basically each rep is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now keep the lower abs tight. Really feel the squeeze on the sides there. All right, let's get on the floor. 20 reps, do what you can. Let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, roll up. Now what makes that challenging is trying to keep your upper back, your shoulders, and your head off the ground as you do that. But if you need to rest it and put it down, that's okay too. All right, we have side lifts. So technically this is 2 movements because we're going to do each side. So this, oh goodness. I would say you can be on your hand or your elbow. We're kind of going into a side plank, except we're dipping the side down to the ground and back up. So we're going to do 10 on each side. Now I'm really lengthening myself out. I don't want myself to turn. I want everything nice and zipped up in one flat line. If you don't like the feet stacked, you can have one crossing over the other. Just think that you're a nice straight line. So from here, and I like being on my elbow for this, I'm going to come up, and then you're going to squeeze up and dip, but without going all the way to the floor. So let's do 10 of that on this side, and then we'll switch. Okay, here we go. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and down. So now that you've got the feel for that, you can tell if that's irritating your shoulder. Maybe try going onto your hand for that. Different things work for different people. All right, zipped up, nice and flat. One straight line. 10 on this side. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew. All right, catch your breath a little bit there. All right, now the ab leg lifts. We're coming back to our back. This will be a little bit challenging, even though we're only doing 10 of them. All you're doing is having your arms braced somewhere under you, small to back or by your sides. Legs are straight out, and keep the feet together if you can. And ideally, you're lifting them up and down, but not going all the way down the ground. You just want those feet to hover just above. So obviously, the further down and up you go, the more challenging it's going to be. Now, if you need to make it smaller, that's okay. If you need to keep it up here, that's okay. Do what's challenging for you. Whew. Let's do 10 of those. Get ready and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, good job, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and down. Good work. All right, so we're just going to take a very casual break. Just a few seconds to catch your breath. That's our 4 movements. We're going to go for a couple more rounds. All right. So that means that we're starting back to the plank, elbows to hands. So let's get back to it. Flat back, tight core, elbows under the shoulders. All right, in plank position, let's begin. This is 1. This is 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, release. Try not to let your hips twist or swing too much during that. I noticed that I was doing that and I had to correct. So that's part of the challenge there. Whew. Penguins. So let's come back to our back. We're reaching for our heels for 20 total. All right, here we go. Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good job. All right, catch your breath. Side lifts in that side plank position now. Okay, I'm going to start this way this time. Again, switch it up if you can. All right, zip up those legs. Nice straight line. 10 on this side. Let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down. All right, roll over or switch over. Whew. Get a bit of a shoulder exercise with this one too. It's not bad. All right, here we go. Nice straight line for 10. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down. Woo-wee. Strike a pose, and then let's move on to the next movement. Okay. So that means we're going to go back to our back and do those ab leg lifts just for 10. So roll down to your back. Try and keep the head and upper back off the ground. It means that this is glued into the floor. All right. Let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and lower. Good job. That means, y'all, we only have one more time. All right. So take this moment to catch your breath. And guess what? We're almost done with everything for the day. Pat yourself on the back. All right. Let's take about 10 more seconds. And we'll go into those plank to elbows. All right. Here we are, back in the elbows and toes. Get ready for it for 10. And let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost there. 7, 8, 2 more. You got it. 9, 10. Release. Good job. Whew. All right, let's roll onto our backs. Penguin reaches. 20 total. Get ready for it. And begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yay. All right. Side lifts from that side plank position. Starting on this side. All right. Zip it up. Nice and flat. Let's begin for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and release. All right, switch over to the other side. Good job. Good job. All right, zip it up, nice and flat. Let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and release. All righty, that means we're down to our last movement for this section. The ab leg lifts. It's our last round, last exercise. All right, 10 of these. Get in position. And let's begin for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and down. All right, good work. Give yourself a break. If you need to hydrate, now's the time. We only have a little bit more to go. And we're actually going to shave it down quite a bit. So this next portion is going to be our big finisher, and then we have a stretch. So like I said, not a bad thing to run out of time because we have so much and we got a lot done. That just means we'll save some of this for the next time. So we're going to go back to our upper body. We did a lot of good core. We're going to finish it off with some low intensity upper body stuff. So body tap planks and eyes, Y's, and T's. Now we've done both of these, but for those of you who are joining me today who maybe missed that, don't worry, I won't leave you hanging. The good thing is these are each 5 reps, but they're compound movements. They're kind of complex, which is why there's only 5 reps. But we're only going to do each of these one time. So it's 1 set for each, 5 reps, easy peasy. Okay, so body tap planks. What that is going to look like is going into that plank position. You're on your toes and your hands. And just to give you a little demo before we do it, you're holding yourself here. You're going to tap your shoulder, shoulder, hip, hip, knee, knee. So you're kind of always reaching across. Now, if you flub up and touch the same shoulder or the same knee, that's okay. Squeeze and hold that plank. All right. We got 5 reps of that. Just stick with me. Here we go. Tap, tap, hip, hip, knee, knee. That's 1. Shoulder, shoulder, hip, hip, knee, knee. That's 2. Shoulder, shoulder, hip, hip, knee, knee. That's 3. Boom, 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 boom. There's 4. Let's do 1 more. Shoulder, shoulder, hip, hip, knee, knee. That's 5. And relax. If making sound effects like I do helps you kind of keep track, hey, do it, Gotta have something to help keep you on that path. All right, now with I's, Y's, and T's, we're gonna be on our stomachs. We're gonna be on the ground. This, again, complex in that we're going to be pulsing. So each pulse is going to be 5 pulse counts. So I'll show you what I mean. So here's a demo of it. You want your thumbs up. I'm extending, I'm keeping that chest off the ground. I'm pulsing up here in that I position. My body is an I for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I go to Y's. Thumbs are up. 5 pulses. Kind of changing that grip. Grip is facing the ground. T position. And then thumbs are facing the ground when you go back to the I here. So just stick with me. I'll count it out as we go. So our 1 set of these for 5 reps. All right, ready? Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. T. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. T. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whew, take a breath. Here's number 3. Let's just power through it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. T. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got this 2 more times. Whew. All right, I position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. T. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, extend last time through. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. T. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reach and squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And done. So here's where we wind it down. Thank you for sticking with me. We're going to bring it into a nice little cool down / stretch. Whew. That means it's quiet time now. We're lowering that music. And from here, like I said, we're coming back to that child's pose position. That's the catch-all stretch there. So really extend those arms. Let that head hang down and relax. Really feel the pull from the shoulders. Just deep breaths for 20 seconds here. All right, slowly roll up and uncurl the spine or walk your hands up to where you're in a sitting position. All right, now from here, let's loosen up that upper body. I want you to reach up, reach behind you, and grab the elbow with the other arm, the other hand, and pull it in so that we're getting a stretch on our triceps and to some extent on our shoulder. So this should feel really good. So hold it here for about 20 seconds. All right. From here, same thing on the other side. I like to just do a nice broad stretch and then bring that other arm behind me, grab at the elbow, feel that pull. See how I'm pulling it? Hold this for about 20 seconds as well. So your shoulder blades are kind of rolling into each other. That chest is open. You're really pulling right from the shoulder all the way down the arm. All right. Now release that. Now I mentioned a more static head and neck stretch. We're going to throw that in here today because we did a lot of upper body stuff, which will inevitably affect all the tension up here. So what I'm going to have you do, I'm going to grab your head, pull it down towards your shoulder, and hold it here. You'll kind of feel that tension start to release. And as you breathe for about 10 more seconds here, see if you can let it sink a little bit closer to the shoulder. All right, release that. And I like to do a little side to side afterwards. You can kind of feel that crunch, as I say, which is kind of weird, but it's kind of relaxing too. Let's do that on the other side of the neck. Grab that head right around your ear. And again, don't push this if you can only, move your head so much. This is supposed to be a relaxing stretch, so everybody's different. So hold it here for about 15 more seconds, relaxing breaths. Just releasing all the muscles. the back of the neck going into the upper back of the shoulders. All right. Release it. Tip that head side to side. Very nice. All right. Let's bring one arm across the chest. We're going to stretch out from the shoulder again, and I like to rotate my hand as I do this. I feel like it gets a little bit more of that of a transverse movement there, obviously, and that's kind of giving more of a stretch instead of just a reach. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open that chest and reach across again. About 15 seconds here. Rotate that hand, rotate that forearm. Feel all that release. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, open that chest, feel those shoulder blades kiss each other. And we're gonna wrap it all up. Just in a seated position, reaching for the toes. So this will be a little bit more casual. You're stretching the legs out and rounding out the lower back a little bit. So we're going to end it here. If you need to do any additional stretching afterwards, please do. And like I said, take care of yourself after this. Do all the stretching you need. Get some rest tonight. Hydrate. Treat yourself kindly, physically and mentally. And with the holidays coming up, emotionally as well. Love yourself and have a good time with those in your life. Just take care of yourself. So that's my advice to you. I'm going to leave you all with that. Thank you all for joining me today, and I will see you all the next time. If not this week, it'll be after the holidays. So thank you all so much, and I will see you all soon. Take care, everyone.